One of the things that students want to do the most on the guitar is play chords. And so we're going to learn our first 4 chords, and it's going to be up to you to go through and learn each one, but I'm going to show you how to read the chord symbols, and I'm going to show you how to get a nice clear sound, and then I'm going to show you how to transition between them so that you can play what's called a progression. So let's get started with our first chord, which is G. So as you can see in this delightful PDF that I've made for you, a chord is several notes played at the same time. And for the first 2 that we're going to play, it's all 6 strings. More on that in just a second. But we need to know how to read the chord symbol that's here in the middle of the page. Let's talk about this because it's pretty common to see chords presented this way. So the horizontal lines represent the frets. 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, just like individual notes. The vertical lines are the strings. The lowest string is on the left of the chart, and the lowest string here is towards your face. It's kind of like if you turned your guitar this way and looked at it. So what this is telling me, the black dots are my fingers. So this symbol here is telling me that my second finger, that's a little 2, the 2 there is my second finger, my middle finger. It's going to go on the 1, 2, 3, 3rd fret of the lowest string. My first finger goes on the 1, 2, 2nd fret of this next string, second lowest string. And then my 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret of the high E string. You don't know what that is. That's right. It's G. And this is a G chord. We're going to play all 6 notes. I'm going to do one motion down through the notes. So they all pretty much sound at one time. Let's play 4 quarter notes, 4 even down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. Just like a single note, it's just a bigger motion. You want to keep relaxed over here and keep that nice steady beat. The numbers for this that you see at the bottom, you can also represent the chord with the numbers 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 3. What do those numbers mean? That's right. Those are the frets. It's not the fingers. That would require you to have 2 3rd fingers. So 3, 3rd fret, 2, 2nd fret, 0, 0, 0 is open, and then 3 up top. That's your G chord. Let's check out E minor. The chord symbol for E minor looks only slightly different. For one, you can see that the thick black line at the top represents the nut that's at the base of the headstock. You also can see that the numbers of the fingers are in the black dots, not next to them. This is telling me that my low E string is open. My first finger goes on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then my second finger goes on the 2nd fret of the D string. The numbers would be 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. Let's play it. Sad. Let's play it 4 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have an example down here. You've got 2 measures of G and 2 measures of E minor, and you want to start that E minor on the 3rd measure there. You don't want to finish up the G's and then lose a beat. You got to start your E minor on time. So look for fingers you have in common. G is here. You'll notice that that first finger stays the same when I go to E minor. So I can rotate right around that. Pretty cool. Let's play it together. You should try it a couple times on your own. But when you're ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, strum. It asks you to repeat, but you can repeat just by rewinding and doing it again. So there's your G and your E minor chords. The next one we're going to check out is C. Now, your C chord has a new symbol on it. It has that X over the low E string, and that means don't play that string. So you have to be a little bit more precise and just miss that low E string. Chord symbols telling me third finger on the third fret of A, second finger on the second fret of D, first finger on the first fret of B. Check that out. Does your hand look like mine? Does it look like that person's hand? Does it look like the chart? Probably ready to go. Let's play it together. One time, don't play the low E string. 1, 2, one time, go. 4 times. 1, 2, 4 times. Here we go. There's a critical question at the bottom. Does this chord have any fingers in common with E minor? It does. Your second finger stays the same, so you don't move that middle finger. You just rotate around it. Practice that move a couple times. It's going to come in handy in a little bit. Our last chord for now is D7. It's got 2 X's, so don't play those 2 strings. Then you've got open D, second fret on the G string, which is A, first fret on B, which is C, and then second fret on the high E string, which is F sharp. Let's listen to it. Which finger does it share with C? That's right, first finger. So coming from C, your first finger will just stay down. The D chord, if you want to try it on your own, you can. You can pause this and just look at the document. We've got this progression at the bottom now, C to D7. First finger's going to stay the same the whole time. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, go. Try that several times. Do the first one, and then we're going to put them together. Surprise! All of your songs that use the G string in the melody can be accompanied by this progression. Let's talk really quickly about how to read it, then we'll go through it. You can see the chord symbols above, and then I just put a note on the line of the root. So a G gets a G, an E gets an E, and so forth. How many beats does a whole note get? That's right, 4. So we have 4 beats of G, 4 beats E minor, 4 beats C, 4 beats D7, and then it almost repeats. G for 4, E minor for 4, C and D7 for 2, and then G. And then you're done. The toughest part here, there's 2 things. Going from D7 to G, there's no fingers in common. You've got your D7. I like to think about that as expanding to G. That's going to take some work though, so do this finger calisthenics and just go back and forth. The next one is the half notes in the second line. Make sure that it is like this. Ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to talk about some transition tips. One we've already done, and that is find fingers that each chord has in common. From G to E minor, your first finger stays down. From E minor to C, your second finger stays down. From C to D7, your first finger stays down. And then D7 to G, it's just like an unfolding, sort of. The other thing is, give yourself a little room at the end of the previous chord. Don't count 4 beats of G and be late to E minor with a transition. Build the transition in beforehand. So maybe like... Now, that was also another thing that I don't want to do. I took a bunch of fingers up and basically took my hand off to demonstrate, but it's going to be more like this. Transitioning now, and now I'm on time to the new chord. Even if I have to search a little bit. It's okay to use your eyes when you're first beginning on these. We don't have the muscle memory to build these chords just without looking yet, so you can look, okay? As we add more rhythms, the transitioning can get trickier, but let's see how we go through this and play it. I'll count us off. You should hack through it on your own a couple times. But here we go. 1, 2, G is first. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3 half notes. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play quarter notes with it now, just so that you can hear how that sounds, so you can hear the steady beat a little bit better. As you get better at these, you can start to add your own rhythms. Quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, go. And I ended with a whole note there because it sounds like it's done. That's it for now. That's your first progression. Those are your first 4 chords. You can make a ton of songs out of these chords, and we'll talk about that some in class. So if you've got questions, make sure you ask them, but this requires practice. This is a skill to build. It's not just a knowledge piece. So you're going to have to spend some time doing it, spend some time failing, spend some time sounding bad, and then you will sound good. And we'll all be so proud of that.